It's no secret that atheists are a reviled minority, and if we want to foster the type of environment that we wish we lived in for our children and for the next generation, we owe it to them and to ourselves to start coming out of the closet. The gay rights movement, for instance, has come an enormous way, and one of the ways they've done that is they've created that environment where people can comfortably come out of the closet without fear of reprisal. And so more and more gay people are coming out of the closet, and more Americans are starting to realize for the first time that not only do they know gay people, but that they like gay people. And this has had a huge impact on their movement. It's one of the big reasons they're successful, and it can be the same with atheists. People just need to start realizing that we're their neighbors, we're their friends, we're their teachers. That's the way we're going to do it. I became a Christian when I was 15 for a lot of the same reason a lot of religious people do. Not because I had the first inkling of what it meant to be a Christian, but because there's a community there. It was easy for me to attain friends. It was an easy way to avoid being bullied at school. So I would say to my 15-year-old self is that the truth is more important than all of those things. I should have been a better researcher. I should have been stronger by myself. You know, people say that religion makes them strong. Well, no, it just makes life easier so you feel stronger. I should have been stronger as an individual, and I should have expected that of myself at that time. You know, there's so many ways in which the world is more fulfilling now than when I believed in God. I'll talk about two. One of the best ways is that my thoughts can sincerely be my own. You know, I'm allowed to question whatever I want, I'm allowed to investigate whatever I want, and I'm allowed to, most importantly, conclude whatever I want, or whatever seems most reasonable to me. I'm not bound. The methods of getting to conclusions are now more important to me than the conclusions that I was told I had to believe in. And the other thing is, I was a big fan of astronomy when I was a kid, and I still am, always have been. And I remember looking at the stars when I was young, and thinking to myself, God made these. And that was all I needed to know about it. And in some small way, by appreciating them, I was being close with God. And now here I am, you know, over a decade later, and I look at the stars and I don't see God. I see the mechanics that govern star formation. I see logarithmic functions that help, you know, my brain that would ordinarily be incapable of comprehending the vastness of space to have an idea of just how far apart those stars are. And it's so much more beautiful to me than it ever was. And I can't imagine what it would look like through the eyes of an astronomer. Without reason, we can't appreciate the world around us. We can't really see beauty. With knowledge comes a greater appreciation of beauty. So not only is it okay to be an atheist, if you want to truly indulge our fascination with the world, you have to be reasonable, and reason kills religion. It is not merely okay to be an atheist, it is better to be an atheist. And, you know, it's not important to be friends with or loved by just anybody. You know, if you really care for someone, really admire someone, you owe it to them and you owe it to yourself to give them the opportunity to love you as you truly are. We shouldn't mask who we are for people just to be loved. You're lying to them, and you're, you know, going after something that isn't there. I think it was Churchill that said it's better to be hated for who you are than loved for who you aren't. And it's very true. And as an atheist, there's a community here waiting to take you in. It is, people like me have dedicated our lives to making the world a more welcoming place to you. We're here, just come find us. I can be found at the Secular Student Alliance by emailing jt@secularstudents.org. I'm a contributing author to Atheism Resource with Adam Brown, and I also blog on www.jtd.net. If you are a high schooler who is an atheist, do not feel weak. Your circumstances are more difficult than what any adult atheist has to deal with. For instance, in high school, or in the real world, if someone finds out you're an atheist and they punch you, they have just bought your next car. But in high school, if that happens, the perpetrator gets detention. It's a completely different world, and it's a difficult world. But you can get through it, and it's important you get through it. There are gaggles of atheists in that age group, many of which don't have the fortitude to come forward, and you can give them that by being an example. If you wanted to start a group at your school to help support them, get a hold of me. It's what I do with my life, and I'm proud to do it for you. We are atheism.